Oh, wow! Okay, yeah, I mean,
Manifesting this.
in oh my days, wow.
Guys, I think this is in the color, yung brown nila. I forgot the name.
Fondant.
Fondant, yeah. Would you say Bottega is your favorite brand?
I mean, as of my personal style, I would definitely say
If you were to spend your money,
on a designer.
clothes.
I mean, if I have the money, I'll buy an Hermes bag, obviously.
But like clothes-wise,
Bottega.
Bottega, no?
And I'm kind of sad that yung creative director nag-move na siya. And I really like yung last two seasons ng collection.
I said this in the previous video, but back then I don't really get the hype between like Melbourne coffee,
Yes.
and like just like coffee in general. But as for this one, guys, we're currently here at Cafe on the Alma, which is this cafe here at, is it the Grave? The Grave.
I mean, look at it. Cafe on the Amo.
The vibes, guys. I feel like I'm trying to foreshadow my Italian experience next year.
If you figure it's a bit cold today and we sat right at the fire.
Good morning, guys. It's a lovely Sunday morning here in Melbourne.
We're now at
Currently
Grave
at
Street,
the Grave Street.
near at Flinders Station, and I figured what should we talk about, and I just randomly thought maybe talk about our MBTI.
Yeah, our MBTI. But before we get into that, I just wanted to update you guys about what's going on since yesterday. So as you can see, I've actually finished editing and uploaded the vlog yesterday. And on top of that, I actually did send a story to the unsolicited advice team. And hopefully it does get featured to their October series because it is a pretty scary story. It's not my experience, by the way. It is my auntie's experience, but we did attend the same school back in high school. So yeah, hopefully they do see it. But guys, the spoiler alert, I mean like a little snippet, it's about a nun. And I titled it The Nun Who Never Left.
I mean, I'd actually die if it'll be read on the podcast. Me not knowing, and then I'll just
Suddenly like, yeah.
Also, we this morning, as you saw, probably on this vlog, but there was a marathon that was happening.
Yeah, there was a marathon. It is the annual Melbourne Marathon, I think. And yeah, and it was really so, I'd say beautiful because a lot of people were watching. I felt the thunder and the nostalgia of it.
It gives you that kind of uplifting feeling.
Yeah.
Seeing people like push their limits, I guess.
Yeah,
And I
and-
was just telling him, people were watching, even though you
look like you're struggling.
yeah,
or
you look like you're struggling as part of the marathon, they won't be able to judge you because they're not doing what you're capable of doing and what you're trying to do. Anyways,
Let's move on to Peter's idea with
reading each other's MBTI. So I know there's different kinds of personality types, but I think for the two of us, we're most familiar with the Myers-Briggs personality
Myers.
test. So, for starters, what is your MBTI, Paul?
I am actually an ENFJ, which is extroverted, intuitive, feeling, and judging. I do have those traits. How about you?
I am an INTP. It is called the Logician, which stands for an introverted, thinking, intuitive, and perspective. So, one big difference is me being an introvert, you being an extrovert.
Yeah. But sometimes I am actually an introvert, like at times. I mean, lately I have been an introvert because I haven't been like out and about socializing. But with regard to like getting to know me and getting to know my personality, I'm actually very loud in person and it's the complete opposite with Peter because it's very timid, very quiet.
Yeah, growing
Even
up.
though like you're close already, like he's still quiet.
I mean, yeah, even though I'm in a room or in a car with my group of friends, I would always be a lot more reserved
Yeah.
and keep to myself. I found it awkward to
Re-
be the center of attention
Yeah.
while growing up.
Yeah. I mean, guys, don't get me wrong. I don't want to be the center of attention. Actually, my pet peeve is like, when you're in a group and then you notice this specific person like making the conversation all about themselves. That's like my number one pet peeve. I always tell my friends or like tell Peter like, oh, did you notice earlier like, like they're trying to make the conversation all about themselves. I'm all about people expressing themselves freely in a way that it's not degrading or it's not taking someone's back. And yeah, I mean, from what I know about my personality, hopefully I do know something about me. Yeah, ENFJs care about someone. They want to help solve. They want to help solve that person's problems. Coming from me, I feel like I'm an empath in that sort of sense. I mean, me and Peter being an empath is completely different. He has his own like way of being an empath. I have my own ways of being an empath. But for me, I am used to be the one who's like giving advice and people reaching out to and telling their problems. And I mean, I'm not going to be the one solving it for them. It's more so having
I
to
do
see
agree.
that problem from my point of view. It kind of like gives that sort of enlightenment to them. And from there, they'll be able to kind of navigate further as well how to like solve an issue. How about you?
I mean, based on this, it says from the outside, INTPs may seem to live in a never ending daydream. They have a reputation for being pensive, detached, and a bit reserved, which I think is kind of true to me. I am perceived as kind of detached and reserved from what's
But I feel like for you,
majority what's happening
you've gotten
inside a room.
better in that aspect in terms of like in terms of having that sort of attachment to people but not too much, because last year, guys, he went through a phase where he was overly attached, but we're all good now, everything's fine now. And I feel like as we grow, we'll be able to like learn more about ourselves, and you'll be able to like expand better like what your understanding of being an INTP is.
Yeah, I was just gonna say last year was not a good year for me, but recently sent this kind of TikTok to Paul saying that you have to. What was it again? You have to know the person that you want to change for you to be able to change it. Some sort of
You
that.
have to destroy the person that you are in order to something like that.
To kind of be the person you want to be.
Yeah. But yeah, I feel like that's from what we went through last year, it's very much important to sort of explore different versions of yourself in order to like fully know and grasp like the type of person that you wanted to become,
Yeah.
right? Because
I wanted to talk about more of the traits that makes you an introvert, an extrovert,
extrovert.
and me and as an introvert.
I'll
I mean,
check-
for me, I do like to spend most of my hobbies by my own, I guess. I mean, for staying at home and watching movies. Because back home in the Philippines, I think this was around senior high school. There was a period where we had separate rooms, which unfortunately now we do live in a one apartment. But back then, we had separate rooms, and I've always wondered what he does. Because for me, I was able to establish a routine. I used to dance a lot, so I would dance during the morning and afternoon. But at night, I would always put on a movie or watch a show, a series, or even like a reality show.
Yeah.
That was my. So I always wonder what he does in this room, because I always see him in his phone.
I was always on my phone, but at the same time, I feel like at that time I was very much okay. I was very much clingy to my friends. I feel like I should be the one to always reach out, and as in order to like maintain or like sustain that friendship. But in my life right now, I'm in a current state where I've gotten reserved kind of a bit and kind of like detach myself, not in a negative way, but more so that for me to be able to healthily maintain the friendship by keeping that distance.
I I think what what you want to kind of convey is you were able to set more boundaries for yourself
Yeah.
and make like a healthier relationship for both parties. Because
Yeah.
before we would rely on being always around, but now we were able to explore more about ourselves in a sense that
It's okay to be alone.
with our own thoughts, it's a bit healthier.
Yeah, but also like coming from experiences as well of like people come and go, people like meeting different people in your life, like various like personalities, attitudes, like types
Although
of
I would say
personalities.
that is the age of experiencing that. That's
Yeah.
the age where we spend time most of our friends, and now that we're kind of in the early stage of
Yeah.
adulthood, where we kind of try to build ourselves.
Yeah, because I think as for me, I was used to like chasing. I was the person who chases, like chasing people, like friends. Like for example, I try to please everybody. Like I feel like yeah, that's how I should word it. I was really pleasing everyone, and now it's not that I'm not pleasing everyone. Because I'm in like good relationship with other people as well. It's just that now I tend to, just like what Eve said, I've established more boundaries to myself of like what to share or like what to keep to myself or have some alone time. But yeah, I feel like I've gotten much better to that, and I feel healthier. I feel mentally stable, and yeah, it's just been really good for me.
Yeah, I think there's definitely some changes
Yeah,
that happen, but it's not necessarily like coming from a bad bad thing from and turning out to a good thing. It's more of like a phase, which is I'm glad that because I feel like it was a moment that you have to experience it.
yeah,
It was a moment where it's that time you kind of spend time mostly around people, and maybe this is a phase of where you spend time alone and kind of explore yourself in a
Yeah.
sense of like you're focusing on your hobbies, your health, and everything.
yeah,
So maybe you'll go back there, and it will be a more balanced
Yeah.
kind of situation.
I was a people pleaser.
It's not always good to be a people pleaser, but
I was a people
anyways,
pleaser.
moving forward, should we talk about the strengths and weaknesses?
Yes. Okay, you start.
So for me, it says my strengths are analytical, original, open-minded, curious, and honest. I'd say I relay most for being an open-minded, because ever since I was always in my thoughts, keeping my thoughts to myself and not voicing them out. It can be a bad thing, which I kind of like push myself to communicate with others. So I guess I was, even with like I would always kind of think of it in a bigger picture, or like as a bigger person, and not judge like what's happening around me based off the surface level, but kind of think it on a deeper, kind of be more understanding, I guess. How about you?
As for me, my strengths, it says here, receptive, reliable, passionate, altruistic, charismatic. Guys, I got Riz.
Does it say?
Yeah, but I'd say it's very much true. I mean, not judging, but describing the person who I was before. And up until now, I feel like I still am. Yeah, I was very. I mean, I still am. I'm still very much passionate in terms of sharing my interests, my feelings, my thoughts, and also reliable and also receptive with how I talk to people. I'm the type of person will who try to understand the whole situation first before before I like commit or decide on something. We should not make permanent decisions out of temporary emotions. And as for me, I'm always striving to kind of like get a grasp first of like the whole situation before saying something or doing something. And I feel like that's kind of like a strength to me at times, but also it kind of puts me at risk as well of like keeping stuff to myself because yeah, at the end of the day, sometimes I just keep everything to myself because I'm trying to understand as much as possible. But yeah, how about for your weaknesses?
My weaknesses, this says disconnected, insensitive, dissatisfied, overthinkers, and impatient. I guess the one that I relate to the most is being overthinker, being an overthinker. Because sometimes I kind of oh, this is such a me trait, but I always tend to think what how others perceive of me. Paul agrees to this, and I tend to overthink if I'm perceived as wrong.
Are you still thinking of that right now? Do you still think of yourself like that? I mean, do you still think of others thinking of you like that?
Not as much as before. I think I've gotten a lot better. But before, I would always, even for my friends, I would always be careful on what I say and how I say things, just because I don't want to be misinterpreted. Kind of like the fear of being wrong.
Yeah.
But now I think I've learned to kind of not think too much of kind of their perceptions of me. Because at the end of the day,
You all
It's-
have lives.
I mean, yeah,
Different
I mean,
lives.
it's just you who's suffering from how you think of
Yeah.
it, you know? Because they wouldn't really
Think
I
of
mean,
you that
at that moment, if they think something negative, it's just at that moment. They wouldn't even bother to think of it for a long time. So it's just you. It's like tormenting yourself. You end up contemplating about it.
Yeah. This is where Mel Robbins comes in, guys. The let them theory.
Yeah.
And this is what I've always like reminded of me. Like, why would you like care about the opinion of others, even if you know it's not true? I mean, they don't have a say in your life. You don't have a say in their lives.
Yeah.
So why would you still bother to think of like their opinion about you if you know that you're the only person who really knows who you are?
Yeah. I mean, after
I
listening,
mean, it's like human nature though. Like we're always gonna get hurt. Like if someone says a wrong thing or something, obviously because it's not true, you're gonna get hurt. So yeah, but the thing is, having that sort of mindset as well to kind of distract and also separate that perception of others to you is really key as well to kind of maintain and sustain the confidence that you have in yourself, and that will put you in a better mental state and it just keeps you going, and like you'll be much happier.
I mean, after listening to different podcasts about like bettering yourself, I think the theme that I kind of grasp from all of it is it's always in the mind how you react to things and how do you kind of how to take care of your mental state is kind of the theme that I saw. Just balancing out what to let in and what to not take in.
As for my weaknesses, guys, says here unrealistic, overly idealistic, condescending. Bro, I'm not a condescending alpha. If you know, you know. Guys, have you watched Scream 6? I'm not Chad. I'm not a condescending alpha. And then it says here intense and overly empathetic. It says here compassion is among this personality type's greatest strengths. But ENFJs have a tendency to take on other people's problems as their own, a habit that can leave them emotionally and physically exhausted. Obviously, I do want to help people. I still want to help people, but at times takes a toll on me in terms of carrying on other stuff, because by the time, for example, yeah, if I were to do something, by the time I do it, I'd be like, I don't even want to do it anymore because like I'm already tired. If I become overly empathetic with other people, it kind of takes away my energy on focusing on other stuff. That's important as well.
Which is the total opposite for me because I'm overly empathetic, which I'm trying to get better at.
Yeah. As for me, guys, yeah. But now I've gotten better, which is why I'm kind of like distancing myself for my own good as well. Not because of like I don't want to interact or share my feelings or learn about someone's feelings, but more so having to secure my personal space and also
Setting boundaries.
setting boundaries and putting myself on a better head state. It's much better for me personally.
I think it's a good time to kind of I would say explore ourselves within our own time.
Yeah.
Because I've definitely recognized some changes within myself.
Me too.
It's funny because I was very much socializing like
Guys,
the past year,
last year Peter was more sociable than me.
but it's funny because Paul said it kind of went back to my old self.
Yeah.
Is it? Yeah, because even for my hobbies, now I watch a lot more movies and
Yeah.
such.
Because before, just like what I've told you guys, I was always the one who's reaching out, and I feel like now, I mean, just by doing that, kind of made me. I mean, I don't regret doing it, but thinking of it now, it kind of made me tired and also questioning sometimes as well of like why are my efforts not getting reciprocated with like the friends or like the people that I'm trying to put an effort in. But yeah, just trying to get better day by day. I mean, who knows? I might be sociable next year, but at this time of my life, I'm fine and I'm content.
Bruh, I want to talk about the next one under relationships.
Okay.
It says navigating conflict, which this one, even though it's
Romantic relationships?
yeah, it's hard to admit, but for navigating conflict, it says that INTPs are especially prone to shutting down when emotional disagreements arise, rather than slowing down and really listening. So that statement that
Oh my days.
I tend to shut down. I think every time Paul and I have a conflict, I'm always kind of careful what
to say?
like even what words comes out of my mouth, because I'm scared of what to add and what to add to the situation. So I tend to like keep quiet, which is not necessarily a good thing.
That's the thing with me. If you're comfortable with me, just like say whatever, say what's on your mind, because this problem does not defy like the whole relationship.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
This one, maybe I want to, if I ever to have a therapist or what, I wanted to explore this part of me, really. How about you? What does it say about
Okay,
it?
so guys, as for me, this is for like a romantic relationship, yeah? This is so true. It says here, although ENFJs may come across as outgoing or even a bit flirtatious, few of them are satisfied by fleeting interactions. Their standards are high and they know it. Yeah, that's so true. People would always assume that I've dated a lot of people or like I have experience like in terms of like having relationships or talking to a lot of people, but guys, no. I've actually been very timid and I've spoke to people on a romantic level, like very few guys, very few. And other people always assume that I've already experienced so many relationships. But guys, though, I may come across as outgoing or a bit flirtatious, but the truth is, guys, I'm very much like,
There's depth, guys. There's depth. Okay. Moving on with friendships, INTPs are choosy or selective. Perhaps because they don't mind the company of their own thoughts. Yeah, they don't surround themselves with people just for the sake of it.
Okay.
Yeah, especially now, I guess. Yeah, because I'm very selective with what I do now, because I tend to if I have things to do, I particular to how to spend my time now. So I guess that's true for me.
Okay. I think this is gonna be the last part of the personality talk, the podcast talk. But yeah. So as for friendships, yeah, ENFJs can be among the best friends anyone could wish for. Kind-hearted and trustworthy. People with this personality type dedicate incredible amounts of energy and attention to their friendships. Wow. That's so true. Yeah, just like what I said, I'm used to being the one to give so much effort to put into the relationship so that kind of sustains the bond, makes them not question your friendship and just be happy at all times. But yeah, I'm trying to get better at that. And guys, it's fun to be friends with me. Like, I'll literally do everything or anything for you. I'll be so good.
Okay.
And
Any?
at the end of the day, oh yeah. To top everything off, I feel like it's very much important. And Peter always says this. This is his favorite word: balance.
Yeah,
Finding
guys,
balance
really.
in everything is important to make yourself happy, make everyone happy, and at the same time, keep yourself sane. That's important.
It is such a easy but also hard concept, because you can do it, but going like sometimes it's getting out, like sometimes things get out of balance.
Yeah.
But also you have this decision to make it a balance kind of thing.
Yeah. Finding a balance is important.
Out of everything, life should be in balance.
Yeah, like for example, guys, we're drinking coffee today. Find the balance. We can't drink coffee for the next 2 days. We're gonna drink matcha.
Yeah.
But yeah, I enjoyed that one. I enjoyed this conversation.
Anyways, random question for our viewers or listeners or
Yeah.
people watching this: are you a matcha drinker or a coffee drinker?
Comment down below. And as for my question, what personality type are you guys?
That's a good
Comment
one.
down below.
Guys, we just saw. Look, I think that's the one that Tang has, and apparently it got
sold
sold
out.
out. So I wonder if they have it here. But isn't that cuter? As a kid, I would buy that. I mean, I would love that. The texture. But I wonder how expensive that is. Guys, look how cute that thing is. I mean, I'm always in bed, so I kind of want that.
Guys, this is my current perfume that I'm using right now. It smells so good. And it kind of smells like this De Labo Another Routine, but sweeter. It is good. Yeah, you guys should try this one. I don't know what by DS and Durga.